Go to Flash Fiction, 434 words by Brody Thornton. This is it, Bev, said Thomas, indecent excitement threatening to override professional composure. His voice, a mixture of terror and lust, trembled. We've got this dirtbag dead to rights. He pulled a laser rifle on you. I managed to disarm him. He pulled a heat-seeking lobotomizer from his belt. You had no choice but to... The story? Said Bev, her chronoglock trained on the forehead of the man at her feet. The man looked positively petrified. What will we tell Schaefer when we walk into the precinct? Her face was a death mask. She seemed torn between blissful naivete and merciless understanding. She looked at the man, who was now covering his eyes. Tears seeped from beneath his hands and rolled down his cheeks. Bev looked at Thomas, her partner. The story, said Thomas. Under his service armor throbbed a monstrous erection. You haven't gotten over Elsie's... Don't say her name! Shrieked Bev, and Thomas was relieved to see that her rage, so close to the surface these days, was rising. Her trigger finger tightened. She shook as if hypothermic. In a way, Thomas supposed she was. The man was now on his knees, begging Bev for mercy one moment, begging God for a reprieve the next. Sorry, said Thomas. Your daughter's death. And while I understand, you don't understand anything about this, said Bev, her face screwed up. How could you? You have no children, only fly-by-night whores. How could you possibly understand what I'm feeling? I'm sorry, repeated Thomas, holding out a placatory hand. My point is you've been increasingly reckless since... You need a release. You do this, you can get on with your life. Someone will have paid. He hated apologizing, but he only needed to stay on her good side for a moment or two more. She wanted this, needed this, to get over the brat's death, sweet vengeance in some form or another to puncture the bubble of pain that had replaced her heart 2 years ago. She reasoned that he was at least trying to understand. What she didn't reason was that he wanted this far more than she did. Isn't that what you want? Relief? Said Thomas. He held back a smile and allowed his eyes to widen. Yes, said Bev, defeated, and as fat tears began to slide down her cheeks, she leveled the chronoglock and fired. The man was ground into quivering gore beneath the wheels of an out-of-control taxi 3 minutes in his own past, a second too slow to avoid it this time. Thomas experienced the most powerful orgasm of his life.